It's the Good Slate Late Show in the morning at noon for tea time.
All right, and welcome back to the Good Slate Late Show in the morning at noon for tea time. My name is Graham Jones, and today we have our guest, Mike Kaye. Welcome in, Mike.
Hey, pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir. So your character in The Bondsman is Tommy Dean, a.k.a. TATER.
I had to grab a job. My parents are making me pay rent now.
Tell us a little bit about TATER. Tell us something that we might not know from watching the show.
I think, well, for me, I think Tater's a little smarter than he may let on.
Yeah.
But you don't get to see him talk too much.
Right.
Without a piece of tape or under duress in some way.
Yeah.
So, that's how I like to think of him.
He's definitely like right in the opening of the show. I was like, this guy's the comedic relief. You see him, he's wearing a crazy orange T-shirt with a blue jean vest. Yep.
There's wolves on
and
every
does he have a
single one of my
Walkman?
shirts.
What
Yeah, Discman, a classic, no skip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude's got a Discman. Everybody else is holding iPhones, and I was immediately like, yep, that guy's the comedy.
It's a classic format at this point. I think they're considered vintage CDs right now, which is just I don't like that too much.
No, you brought it though. I thought it was amazing. Amazing portrayal. So after spending so much time in the trunk, do you have problems with, looking at trunks now, going into trunks? Do you have trunk PTSD?
It's a great question. I think I'm more fearful of, because it was like a successful bit for at least the first half of shooting,
right?
That they're going to be like, what if we wrote another scene of him in the trunk?
Yeah.
And I'd like to say, if you're out there, writers, you don't got to do that. I'd prefer not.
Yeah, don't do it.
But every day, no, I don't open my trunk and I'm like, oh God. But I think if I was to see that car again, I'd be like, don't you get me near that thing.
Okay, so do we think Tommy is a bad guy, or did he just get mixed up with the wrong people? How did he end up in his current position in Kevin's trunk?
This is a great question. I've had this question a few times, and I think my best way to describe him is to do like a D&D nod and say he's like chaotic neutral.
Okay.
I think that he is just the kind of guy who's trying to make it out.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Right.
And like even like the things he says as he's walking the room, he's like, man, I just got to pay rent now. Like at my parents' house.
Yeah.
Right. So he's just trying to make ends meet.
He's just trying to get by.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't matter what he does to
correct.
Get by. Yeah. He's on that plane.
Right. And he's like, whatever gets me enough money to pay my parents to get off my back.
Right. And
so I'll burn a hotel down. I'll go whatever.
Yeah. No, that's insane. Absolutely insane. Also, wanted to ask, was it challenging to bring comedy to a role in a series that's like mostly serious? It's about demons and horror.
Yeah.
What were some of those challenges you faced? Because I know you do improv.
Yeah,
obviously.
I like improv.
Yeah.
A big fan of it. It was tough for me to not do improv during the show, but because it was so tight, like it wasn't gonna fly.
Wasn't right.
As far as bringing it, I don't know that I specifically thought of it comedically. I think that when you have a lot of conviction about something, your options are either like the circumstances are crazy or like the person is crazy. The circumstances are crazy. I believe it's a certain thing. If I'm fully convicted about that thing, that's what makes the humor. So I don't think I necessarily was like, oh man, I got to be the funny guy. I was just like, this guy has very strong opinions
Tater,
about things that are maybe a little obtuse.
Right. And his nickname is Tater.
It is Tater.
Like what can you do?
Yeah.
Is there any standout moments or any funny stories you have on set? Like any good B.T.S moments that we might not have gotten from the show?
I don't know about funny, but it is, I guess in retrospect, because I survive. When we did reshoots, so the first time we did that opening scene was in March, so it was still cold. Everyone was wearing like jackets and stuff, so getting thrown into a trunk a billion times and staying in there is perfectly fine. We did reshoots in June.
Georgia.
Yeah, so Georgia, June, 9 hours of heat. I did end up getting like mild heat stroke.
Yeah.
They gave me like medical grade electrolytes from the medic and immediately threw it up.
Oh.
And they were like, Hutch actually like kind of saved me a
Yeah.
little bit.
Like, get him out of the trunk.
They're like, "Hey man, he's done. He's done."
Yeah.
So I think when I look at that scene as it plays on TV,
You're
like I'm like, "Oh yeah, I was real close to that time.
yeah.
That pink flush, that's not makeup. That's me.
That's just
dying."
me. This is
Like,
real.
yeah.
That's a method actor.
Plus, I will say, it was a real challenge. Every time I go to set, I don't know if you know this guy, Thomas Watson.
Oh, yeah. We've heard a little bit about Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being in the wagon next to him.
Yeah.
Really does not make it easy to start your day like that.
I've heard just being in the general vicinity of him can be a real pain in the ass.
It's really tough, and
Yeah.
I'm just starting to realize now, like, kind of the trauma that I was facing during it. I mean, I think it informed my performance a lot, which was really good.
Yeah.
But like, just to start your day like that, even before breakfast, like seeing that guy face to face, that's when the training really kicks in.
Yeah. I mean, we're actors, right?
Yeah.
So you just literally have to look him in the face and be like, you know what? I love you.
Yeah, I
dude.
have to look him in the face and say,
love
hey
you.
man, it's really good to see you today.
Yeah, right?
You want to talk about PTSD? I mean, working, if you want to call it that, with him.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably the most triggering thing.
Yeah.
For me, I think if I saw him, I'd probably have a moment.
Just a little bit of
Yeah,
jarring
those
moment.
like war flashbacks kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, you're a good actor, though, so.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It's
a oh
Christ, oh God.
That's what I thought. Lastly, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, of course.
Let's let the world know if you have any up and coming projects, anything you're working on, any shows you got coming up. Where can we find you on social media?
I'm at Mike Kaye on Instagram and kind of everything. Keep it simple. I'll be doing The Good Daughter in May, and then basically wake up every morning, fingers crossed, to hear about season 2 of The Bondsman.
Yes, sir. And once again, I am Graham Jones. This has been Mike Kaye as another interview for The Bondsman on the Good Slate Late Show in the morning at noon for tea time. And this is Mike Kaye.
This episode was brought to you by Making Fun of Tom. We love Tom, but we also love making fun of him.